something's missing behind the seats. Not that soft top. Not the carpet, because it's there. I think it could be a roll bar. And it looks really good. This roll bar is a GCFabrications one. It's a GCR2, I think it's called. And like as you can see, it's because it's this shape one and not like a angled slot going across. It also has a harness strap built into it, like it's welded instead of being like it one of the other ones which has to be bolted in, which is a bit annoying in a way because I would actually rather remove it, but well, I got this used. And also here's the mounting plates for it, which yes, I did have to spray paint because it was used and there was metal showing, and there was also blobs of silicone all over it. I've got some new bolts in here too, all stainless steel. And yep, that's really about this, and time to put it in here. So I'm going to first jack the car up, take the rear wheels off, and you would understand why afterwards, because well, you need to access that part later on during this install. So got the wheels off, and now it's time to take the interior apart. So seats out, back carpet, thing on the top, side pillars. I'll show you. So got the seats out, as you can see. Got to remove this panel here, which means I need to take that out, which is that screw, that bolt, and these two things I just probably pull out. Then I need to peel this up as well, because the seam of it all goes all the way down here. My strap for the thing. I might have to remove this, which is just 3 screws, because I think it tucks underneath it, because the plastic does not end at the edge there, but I think it goes underneath a little bit. Then remove those studs there, pull this carpet at the bottom down and pull that up. So that's what it looks like. Oh, and just pull up like that, the plate's up. There are 2 more things down at the bottom of the carpet. Mine's missing one, so... Why is this one inside the carpet? Ah, there are more. Like that. With its foam, which is half stuck onto everything. Wait, why is... What? What? Hold on. So on this side, the glue is touching metal with the backing plate, or backing thing. So on the driver's side, you can see there's the glue and the backing plate thing. It was stuck like this on the car, so the sound deadening is sticking out. On the passenger side, the sound, there we go. The sound deadening is against the passenger, the back wall, and the glue's against the carpet. The only thing I can think of is someone's been in here because there's this wire which is for the fog light, which they installed when this car was imported into this country, and all I can guess is whoever it was put the carpet the wrong way round. So I got the pillar posts out, whatever these are called, on both sides. Now there's this plate here, need to remove that. They're all 10mm nuts. Just take them all off and the panel should come out. I have heard it's also quite a sharp panel, so don't scratch your paint when you're doing this. Or let it touch and be careful with it. So after that part, I have just unclipped these wires. So okay. Hold on, there we go. Can you see like how I've unclipped them here? Another one here from that spot there, and also that part from here. This one did actually break slightly. It's a very weird clip. So yeah, the seatbelt mounting spots there. Taking this out of it. Should be in this order. And what I'm going to do, to keep everything out of the way so I don't pinch anything, I'm going to also just take this off, which does come off. Maybe slide that. Oh yeah, just pop it from this corner. Thing comes off. And just put that safely there. And I'm just going to put the seat belt up and behind like that. So now the roll bar is going to sit somewhere here, the back plate. So I'm going to mark that out and then trim that. And also it will sit somewhere on this angled surface here. What I've also done is I moved the carpet back out of the way, like that. So then when I do cut it, any of the metal shavings go down here and then I can just hoover them up. Same on the other side. Now I'm just going to try lining it up inside the car. So I put the bar in and held it while I was using a Sharpie, and I marked out that sort of shape. So I'm probably just going to trim along. I know this side's cut, it should fit, so I'm going to go along the edge of this, cut that, and then maybe follow the inner one and the outside of this one. And if so, I can just file some more down. And same on the other side, same shape. I'm thinking I need to remove that for the moment because it's coming in the way while I'm putting the bar in and out. So far I've cut this much out, so you can see the line back there. I haven't cut back that far yet because I don't want to cut too much. So I've cut up to the edge of here and down, and if I need to I can just sort of extend this backwards. So I cut the passenger side, the driver's side one, depending what country you're in really, out a bit more because I tried doing it to this distance and this is actually too less. so I needed to extend it, so it's now like that. Also need to cut this one then, make it a little bit wider, and like you can see where the new lines are, that's how wide I need to cut it, and go back to where the line runs to, like around the back. Well, why does it focus like there? These lines here, that's where I need to cut up to, and it should be good. And yeah, that's how it looks at the moment. So these bolts aren't in really at all. It sits flush on this side, like yeah, and the one at the back is sitting flush. There's a problem though. If I go to this side, apparently this side's not sitting flush, but I figured out why. There's a nut under here, just like these ones for a bolt. Yeah, there's one there. It hits this one behind here for some reason, so I'm probably going to remove that one because it's causing this one not to sit flush either, as you can see. But with it taken out, I think it would make it fit properly. I didn't. So with all the metal trimming, to get the plate in, it's a bit annoying because I had to trim a lot more than I needed just to get the bottom plate and the gap there, and same on the other side. But at least it's in now. So yeah, I mounted these bolts up. So the way you do these is, so you know with the seatbelt hot tower, there are two small ones and two big ones. No, two small ones, a big one, and a washer. So you got your small one here. You put your small one on the top, like that. I'm not sure why it's sitting a bit crooked, but yeah, you put your small one here, and then okay, you won't be able to see it, but maybe here. You got your big one and the washer in there to fill up the gap, and both of them face upwards like that, so they're the flat surfaces at the bottom and they just point upwards. There's this bung that was for, I think it's the ABS one. Well, this car hasn't got ABS, but it's the hole where it goes through, which is underneath. I take the panel off here. As you see, you got the bolts. Take those bolts out, and there's, can you see there, that hole, that one there. The bung stops the thing sitting flat. So yeah, just pop it off. I'm probably going to, on this side, just put a lot of sealant before I put the final part in. So it's just going to be all sealed in here, so you can't get any moisture up there, which would solve that issue. Yeah, so now for me really it's just drill up the holes and see what happens, because like everything else is actually fitted on now. Seatbelt towers are fitted. Drill the holes, take it out, paint the hot and bare metal, and just put it all together for one final time. Yeah, so here, make sure that is not touching that on both sides. It's a very close fit. These holes here for the drill, where I'm going to have to drill out, are going to be quite hard to get to, because looking from above, the bar gets in the way. So as you see, I drilled the holes. I just used a metal drill bit and just sort of put a center punch thing, that's what it was, into each hole, so then, well, it doesn't like move around. So I've done that, and you see how, well, like the diameters are quite small for the holes at the moment. So I was going to use a step drill bit so I can just sort of widen those holes out for the bolts. And then, so I've done this side and the other side both the same. It's not, there we go. Done both those the same. And so I'm going to take out the roll bar, and then I'll do the ones at the back because I can't get to them with the bar in the car. So I've taken the roll bar back out, as you can see, but I wanted to show you something small that should help with the roll bar with the seat belts. So can you see how, like, I've moved this one? So it used to, this tab here used to go into this slot here and was straight up, but I've removed it, straightened that tab back out, and then just angled the entire thing slightly to the left. Well, this should help with well, you know when the seat bar pulling back sort of motion. because what happens is if it's not entirely straight with when the seatbelt's coming out, it likes jamming, and as the seatbelt is going to come out more this side, so putting it that way should help with it, sort of take the seatbelt in better. Let me show you the other side to show you what it's meant to look like, or originally looked like. So yeah, this is the other side of the car. That's how it comes out as factory, and yeah, as you see, that's why I changed it from to how it is on that side. So yeah, you just got to take that bolt out, straighten that tab, loosen the bottom bolt, and then twist it around, and then twist it till this side thing hits the side, and then just sort of tighten everything back and put the bolt on the other side, but it will hold down the top part still. So I've drilled through these holes now with the step to drill bit, this one here, and it's widened up to the size that it needs to be. And then you also see I've painted and sprayed a bit of this stuff over it, just some paint to protect it. So like you see now that's all in. So I'm going to explain how I did it because I couldn't show you because, well, I had to do it really quickly. Is like I drilled all the holes for all ones using a step drill bit, this basically, and I did it to the, well, it's all worn off now, but the 12mm one, so I did it, so I made it all the holes to 12mm, so they were all like quite big because the bolts themselves are M10 bolts, so this would give me a bit of wiggle room with the screwing it all in and stuff. And so I did use that, and then once I'd done all the holes, like drilled them out and everything, I got all of them done. I had to take the robot to do the back ones, so yeah, just remember that. And I used a center punch like in the middle of the holes to sort of keep the drill bit in place. So what I did is I used this, which is marine grade silicone. So it would be watertight, or it's water, all of that stuff. It's very good. And I used it, you know where the mounting area is? So like on here, like on the metal on the car, is I covered it with this. Just covered it. So none of the water would get through. And I did it on every single area, so I just made, basically, it was metal from the car, the silicone stuff, which was at that time not like a hard gel, but like a liquid, sort of like a paste, and then the backing plate. So I smushed, when I screwed it down, I pressed the metal onto the frame, the roll bar against the silicone against the metal of the frame, so it would seal it, so then no moisture would get in. And when you put the bar in, remember to put it in with the seatbelt mounts first, so the holes are in the right location. So then the bar is actually in the correct position, so it isn't like moving around. Do those first. I just did them with a impact, so then they will be like tight. And then also remember when you do it with an impact, so you have to put the top hat thing, then put the seatbelt, and what I'm going to show you afterwards is how to get the seatbelt properly through here, because at the moment it's like that, which doesn't make any sense. And yeah, similar story underneath the car. When I put the backing plates in, all of these, I covered it in silicone again. As you see, like the big drops and everything of it, it's just sealing it really. But yeah, this sealant stuff sealed the whole back of the area. I'm going to torque them down now, just to make sure they're all tight, and I'm going to cover them all with under seal. Same with the ones down there. And so basically you need to just put the interior of the car in. But yeah, this thing is really secure now, so it doesn't move at all. So just need to sort out the trim. So the way I'm going to get this through is I'm going to undo this bolt here, and I'm going to just slide it through as one separate piece. So yeah, remember this order. Use a screwdriver or something, and then just connect it to the end. 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 connect it back up like that and just slide everything across. Also, by the way, before you put your carpets and stuff in, remember to clean up your floors so there's no metal underneath them. And same with anything really. Before you put the roll bar in, clean up here because it's going to be quite hard to get underneath it again. So I put this panel back in and I've just sort of wire hooked everything underneath. So if I remove this for a second, you can see that the wires, I've tried clipping them in where they can fit. That one doesn't clip anywhere, and same on the other side, the wires don't clip in all the places, but I've tried pinning them down as much as I can. I might zip tie them when I fix this panel. But with this panel, if I sort of line it like there, it's hitting all of the spots. So it's in contact with the bar there, and it's in contact with the bar on that side. Oh, there. So what I'm going to do, maybe if I, there, that's better for you. So I'm going to measure out everything because the holes are very close. So yeah, after cutting the metal on both sides, yeah, it fits fine. So basically removed maybe about a centimetre or so, so it's not much. And yeah, that's fine and probably wouldn't cause much of an issue. So I put the plate back in, as you can see, like now it's all tightened and bolted up. So what I was going to do now is use some under seal that I've got and spray on everything that's under the car. So like all those bolts there and the ones up here. So they're all just covered and protected. Installed all this side and yep, fits all good. Like it's going around quite well. There is this weird little sticky out bit, but yeah, otherwise it's fine. And let me show you what to cut. On the front, you want to cut like where the bend is, all the way down, and then just follow it until the end of this part. And then yeah, just cut like into it. And then we know that we need to make a notch somewhere for the seatbelt hole, for the roll bar where it sticks out. But then I'm going to do that after I cut this because then it's easy to adjust and not just assume where it is already. So then you would end up with like two pieces like this, and well, from that we can start adjusting everything to like fit in the car. I guess this will be different for each car and different roll bars and stuff, so I'll just show you what cuts I'm going to make when I'm doing them. So as you see, I've got now this one in. So when you do this, you get your panel, when you get it to fit properly, put it in, and then you know the edging thing, this why isn't it, that rubber edging part, put that in to hold it because it's half clamped onto this panel, and just put this hat thing on so it holds down. There's no screws or anything in this at the moment, but it's just holding it there just so it doesn't move. Oh. Okay, yeah, and the one on the other side I still need to adjust because it's, for some reason it's not going between this gap, so I need to make it a bit thinner. So I got this panel to fit correctly. The only issue is that the bolt hole, which is this one, doesn't line up with the bolt. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to oval the hole out so the bolt should be able to fit in there. Also, you know the rubber trim there, that you can see that there. I put that on. I would not recommend this one from eBay because it doesn't stick because there's no glue on it. If you are to copy the style the one I'm doing, please get some with glue because I'm probably going to have to do that later on at one point. Because the problem is this is just all friction fit, so it just peels off. So now I've got to install everything still, like the carpet to the back and there and seats. But I'm going to make this really easy. I know a little bit of a trick. Hold on. Why isn't it working? Wow. Look at that, it worked. Look how clean that is now, with the interior and everything in. And just like that, the interior is all in. So what I did is really magically cut itself here, around the edges, and same with the plastic layer underneath. Same thing on the other side, just like that. It's lowered to the ground and it looks really good. And with the seats and everything, it fits fine. Like, you can't go to the furthest back lean back angle, but yeah, that's the only issue with, that's it really. So yeah, because I gotta wash my car now because, well, it's filthy with pollen. I'll probably just leave it off here with you. So yeah, if you like this video, just like subscribe and watch some more other videos like this, and hopefully I'll see you around in the next one. See ya.